welcome to this stream that I'm doing for no reason. Basically, I just had this idea, thought about for a while, writing code to try and improve something in math. Exciting stuff, I know. Uh, Basically, it's just, there's a little proof in math where there's a line, and if you draw a circle, two circles around that line that are bigger than the midpoint, and you can get the perpendicular bisector. Well, I'm gonna try and see, write code to see if you change the radius of both those circles, you could get like, you could find exactly on the line, like 2/3 of it or something like that. I don't know. It makes sense in my head. It doesn't need to make sense to you. Point is, I'm gonna start uh, writing the code for it, and I already have some of it already worked out. I just have like the what I used to do, or like the old work that I'd already done down here, because it's been a while since I've actually coded, and then I'm using that to write the code right now. All I have is just made a class of a circle to find like its x midpoint, y midpoint, then radius. What's that? Well, are you sure that's wrong? Okay. Well, now I've got a syntax here and I gotta find out why it's not there. Well, it looks perfectly fine down here. It's just up here. Oh, it didn't need space after def. Gotcha. Okay, shouldn't be that bad then. Okay, so I think all I want to do after defining a circle is like a way to return the values. Okay. Definition of turn x y. I think I need self I might just need self. And 2 colons, and then down here I'm just gonna do turn self dot x underscore. So all this is supposed to do is whenever I ask class 2, it's just gonna return the midpoint, like the x coordinate of the midpoint. That should do the same. And this last one. Now that would be just all. Right? Yeah, because I'm yeah, okay. Should be fine. Although I gotta turn that. This is the code that I'm actually working off of. Okay, so forget how you actually cast a class. So just trying to look through here to see like where the code that I wrote was to actually test this thing. Okay, so you just write the name of it and then run that through. At the end, you print it out. Okay, so you just gonna come with this out so I can actually run the code. I'm just gonna make one row. Okay, I guess I should probably get the input first. Like, make it so that I can put in the actual code. We should do input. Oh. Circle 1 equals okay, I need to find out how I want to do this because I can either put all of those in variables and then run it through the class itself, or I could just directly run through the class. So circle X, circle 1, Y. Circle 1. Just gonna be a dumbass and put 0 because that's how professionals do it. And first circles midpoint X value. And I can just copy this. This would be midpoint Y. This would be midpoint Y. This would be okay. This would be change that to Y. Okay. This would be radius. And apostrophes everywhere. I'm just gonna do print both of these. Circle 1x, circle y, circle 0. That's okay. I'm a little bit annoyed that I said first and this is a 0 and this is second. I actually put 1 there, so that doesn't really matter. So I'm just gonna same thing over here, circle 1y, circle 1. And if I run this, to save it, maybe, okay, midpoint is going to be 0, 0, radius 1, going to be 0, radius 1. Okay, that's pretty good. I'm just gonna I'm gonna want to change the actual I want to change how that's formatted. So I guess I'm just gonna do something really stupid. It's gonna look bad, but it should come out fine in the end. So I'm just gonna put the parentheses directly outside of them. So this is like an actual ordered pair. Or, yeah, I think that's what it's called. Whenever it actually comes out, it's looking fine. And then this would just be just run that again. I wanted this to be a comma anyways. Okay, so right down here we get the ordered pair and then a radius. Could turn that off, but that's not worth it. I think the hardest part about this isn't going to be the coding, it's going to be finding out the math that actually works. So I've done a little bit of the work that goes behind it, but if none of it's on paper, it's all just in my head, so it's going to take me a while to figure out, refigure out exactly what I did. Okay, so I'm just going to make this look a bit better. Okay. And then we're just going to use these to make a class. Fuck, do I want to do this? You know, no. I'm not going to make it too complicated right now. I just want to make sure that this works. So what I was thinking of doing is, now that I have a class, I could just make this function right here loop so that you can create as many circles as you want until you input a certain number, but that's not, I don't think that's worth it, because right now I'm just going to be working with 2. So I'm going to keep this there so we always know circle's value is supposed to be. Then I think we can just do person, no it's not, circle, wait, I forget, do we have to be something equals circle, or is it just initiating variables doing that? Yeah, you have to, circle's just the function you have to do, assign something, so circle 0 equals this would be XYR, right? Circle 0, X, 0, 0, circle 5. Right, yeah. XYR. We do this. Circle 1. Okay, does any of this not work? Chain turns here problems. Okay, it's running. Now can I just do yeah, I'm not going to need to use this print anymore. Well, I still am. It's just going to be a bit weirder. So I think I do circle 0 parentheses return underscore r. And I think I can do this for, that would be r, return x. And I should be able to do this for all the other ones, and it should print out the same thing. Return y, that would be return. And I get this whole thing. Do the same thing over here. Change that to 1. 1. 1. Okay. And I run this. 0, 0, 1. Return underscore x is not defined. How? Oh, okay, I get it. Since this is a function, we need parentheses around it. I forgot about that. Now it should have been fine. Don't know what went wrong. How do I do it? It's gonna melt my brain for a little bit. So the issue I'm having is I don't know. This should just be returning the variable right here. That's telling me. Well, because what isn't defined? Return x isn't defined. And it's saying this is in line 27. Which is this line right here. So this is whenever it screws up. But I don't understand why it's fucking up, because I should have that function in it. Class person, initiate self-bird. Definition of that is this, return 10. So this should work just fine. So class person. And the test is this. And then let's pass there, test dot. No, it's test dot. Okay, okay. Circle dot return. Okay. Sorry. Again, syntax. It's been a while since I've used Python, so I'm a little bit rusty. Exactly what all needs to be said when. Gotcha. Okay, now should be fine. This is exactly what we want to see. The only reason why these are decimal points instead of just the number itself is because in this little bit of code right here, I changed it into a float. So we know this part of the code works not solidly. Like so far, everything I have works fine. Get rid of that without any problems. And then continue on. This is the hard part. So now I need to use, I think, algebra or like a distance formula. Because what I'm trying to find out is how many points, because we know that there's only going to be 2 points that intersect at the circle. And I need to find out what those points are. So if there is like, let me pull out Desmos, I think that'd be a good explanation. Okay, so we have right here, let's do y squared plus x squared plus c squared. Okay, so this is just like a normal unit circle, run of the mill, like you normally get. I'm going to do a, that's not the right one. I think it was x plus b. Yeah, that's it. Okay, so for example, this little circle right here, we know that it's touching at only 2 points, no matter where this little thingy is. Now, what I want to find out is that if they are, okay, I'm just going to show you something neat. If we notice that both the circles are the same radius and their diameter is the same as the distance between their midpoints. So if we get this and just say it's like L, we gotta decide our L. As I increase this, you see now they only intersect on 1 point. Now they're intersecting on 2 points. I want to find out how we know the location of these 2 points relative to like this line right here, line -2 to 0. And that is going to be hard to find out. So okay, I'm just going to give a really basic example. So this is 5y, so this needs to be 10 out. Oh, okay, this is a great example. So these are both radius of 5, distance 10 apart. And then if you, only 1 point of intersection. So if you increase this radius by 1, see now they intersect. And the intersection point, oh, fuck. It's supposed to be 5, yeah. Okay, so it's normally intersecting at -5, 0. Now it's at -4, 5, 0. So the intersection point is 55 units away. And then you go up 1, and then fuck. Oh. Okay, now it's not 55 or 0.55 units away. Now it's 1.2 units away from where they first intersected. And then you do that again, and then it's a different point. I want to find out like what the trend is from there to there. I'm going to try and make a chart by using code, but it is complicated and weird, and it's going to take me a second to try and find out the nitty-gritty. But that's okay, that's what we're here for. The code. Okay, so we know Somebody could be talking. I think now what I should probably do is write a function that checks to see where the midpoint is. I also don't remember how to write functions, so I have to check that out. Well, no, I remember. Okay. Can I use a class as an input function? I don't know, but I'm gonna check. So it'd be, let's take it again. Definition of intercept. Just say definition of intersect, and I'm gonna want to get circle 0, 1. Let's see if. So we're gonna do 3 points. One where we know that there is no intersection, where we know that it is the circles are on top of each other, so it's the same intersection, or whenever there's only 2 intersections, so there's only 3 possibilities. So let's say if it's going to be a big open statement. Okay. These two are the same. And basically all this is saying is if the x values are the same, the y values are the same, and the radius are the same, then we know that they are the same circle. So there is infinitely many intersections. This and this, and don't think I need parentheses there. If this and this and actually I probably need parentheses there and this circle. Okay, if this is true, then print the circles are the same. Okay, so if that is not true, if I'm going to check to see if the circles aren't touching at. I think it's going to be harder to do. is really fucking hard to do. Because my issue is, I think I know how to do, like, if the circles aren't inside of each other, then that would be really easy, but if the circles are inside of each other, then I don't know how to determine whether or not they aren't intersecting, you know what I mean? Because, like, if this circle was right here, I don't know how to check for this situation. This should be easy, and a situation where they're not touching at all should be easy. Then I can just see, hey, if the distance of this, so this would be radius 4. So it's the distance of the x point in way. Yeah, okay, so if the distance from this midpoint to this midpoint is greater than their two radiuses combined, then we know they're not touching. Or alternatively, if it is less than, okay, I know it, okay, I've got an idea now. So this is going to be the bottom half though. So we're going to do x1, y1, y2 minus y1, which would be circle for y minus 0. So this is y2 minus y1, and taking squared plus all of that, but it's the x coordinates squared. So let me make sure this is right. If y2 minus y1 squared plus x2 minus x1 to 1/2, which should be the square root. Okay, so this whole thing is just getting the distance of one midpoint to the other. So let's see, if this distance, actually, honestly, it might be good to have that just in. Fuck, I forgot. All of that I need to change to the... I need to change all of those to this. All of these over here need to be changed to this. Okay, so that's circle 0, 0, 0, 0, circle 0. And then I change that to circle 1, circle 1, circle 1, circle 1, circle 1, circle 1. Okay. So it's just getting distance of the two. So if the distance is less than, what's that? I don't know, do whatever that was. Okay, if that is less than Okay, I think works. So that's just for two situations. There's going to be a third where the circles aren't touching. Make two, so if this whole thing is true. Or, big or there. It should be what's the other case? The other case would be if the distance of the midpoints is less than it's got my brain rattled. Ignore that. If the distance okay, I think I know what it is. If the distance from the two midpoints to each other plus the smaller radius, if that is less than the bigger radius, then I think that is not true. Okay, so if fucking this whole thing, so that's just substitute for distance between the midpoint. That might be a good idea to make that into just a number. Anyway, yeah, I'm just gonna do can you make variables inside functions? I think so. I hope so. Because that's just gonna be distance equals that. I might just be able to substitute this distance is greater than that, or distance plus I don't know which one's the smaller one though. The distance make another statement. how about this? I'm gonna do else. Okay, I think this should just be that's just it. Gotcha. I see issue. Okay, so if this is greater than the distance of the first, no. The radius is first is bigger than the second. So the first one would be the bigger one. Distance plus so the first one's the bigger one, so if I'm just going to say this in normal words to make sense. If the distance from the two midpoints is less than both of the radius combined, no. Yeah, if the distance is greater than both of their radiuses combined, or the distance plus the smaller one, so that we would be getting distance from two ones plus the radius of the smaller one is less than the radius of the bigger one. Is less than zero return on. And the circles aren't touching. Okay. Do that again. But I'm going to change it so this is circle 1, this is circle 0, this is circle 0, this is circle 1. I'm going to change that distance. Okay, the circles aren't touching. Okay, I'm just going to try and run it by itself to see if it works. So just test of code. So I'm just going to do see if this works. So let's just do the same circle. At 1, 1, 3, 3. If this works, then it should print out in this little bottom console. The circles are the same. If it doesn't work, which it might not, it might give me an error saying, hey, you can't use classes like that. Then that's annoying and I'm gonna change it. You can't square a float. Okay, you definitely need to do square root. Yeah. Okay, so I need to. Ah, fuck! Is that a fucking? I have to import math to do that. Just gonna have to look that up. Python. Yeah, math.square root. Okay, well, it's annoying. Import math. That shouldn't be that bad. Do. Get rid of that. Just do. Math dot square root. And then it should work just fine. So okay, let's not do float then. Let's just make these integers. See if that works. That was surprisingly easy. Okay. Let's do something different. Let's make it not the same. Ew. Line 18 and 39. So 18 right here. I should put parentheses around it. So that should be fine. I don't think that should make a difference. It's still 18. Why not? Why does that not work? Because it should just be a number. I'm just gonna look up this exact error. See if I can get what's wrong with it. Oh, parentheses. Oops. Completely forgot about that. Like I said, it's syntax. See, I did it here. Yeah, I just didn't do it there. So far it's been pretty easy bugs to solve. I'm surprised it's not harder, honestly. Although, I mean, it's not working yet. But still, this is... I've gotten further than I thought. Okay, that's better. Line 21, I probably just forgot to put it... Yeah, I forgot to put it here. So it did check this whole part right here. It saw no problems with it. That's not great. It should have printed the circles aren't touching. No, okay, that's why. Okay, I'm going to change something. Yeah, if the distance is greater, I'm just going to put this in its own line. But if this is true, that's not great. Oh. Third parentheses and should be able to just add another parentheses and move this up here. And okay, so because it is already basically just saying if this is true and this is true, then print this. But now we're just saying this all in one thing so that it doesn't stop running. It's gonna be back. This again. So that works. Let's say what if same circle, some final text. So let's get 1, 0, 0, the radius of 1. So these circles should not be touching. They're not touching. This is fucking great. Because the only... Okay, now we just need to say if the circles are touching. I think that's the last circumstance. Okay, so... say a circle at 0, 0, the radius of 5, and then circle at 5, 0, with a radius of 5. It doesn't say anything. So this at the very least is detecting, say, hey, they are touching. So everything else that I put right here under this bit of code should be whenever the circles are actively touching. So from here, we just need to do algebra to solve for what 2 points are actually touching, and then give their location. And then I think after that, I need to make a program that loops through a bunch of different possibilities and it prints out a chart. And then I think we're good. But for now, I think I've done enough. I'm gonna take a bit of a break. Washing dishes properly, but thanks for watching this. Me, going back and seeing what I was doing. Really like coding. Might go into it professionally, but we'll see.